get the win, guys. And, of course, the bullpen at the very end, they're like, hey, don't forget about this bullpen. You still need to make a move. At the very end, Yimi Garcia gives up that home run. It was all vanity at that point. The Dodgers, they get the win. They salvage the split, and they even things out. So 2-2. Not the best road trip for the Dodgers, but look, they get it done today. They come home, and they get that win. The bats came alive today. Kenta Maeda really pitched a solid game, 4 1/3. And, of course, Ross Cup came in, and that's when it was on for the Rockies. And then Julio Urias, this guy is that dude. I'm telling you, he is really bringing it. But we're going to break down this game. But what up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Before we get into the game, as always, let me know where you guys are watching the post-game show. Give me zip codes. Give me area codes. Give me your city. Whatever it is, represent so I can shout you guys out here. But we got Daniel. We got Chris Joseph. We got Debbie saying, hey, what up, Debbie? Isabel, Kawhi to the Lakers, please. Look, the Lakers, Kawhi needs to come home just like the Dodgers need to come home because that road trip, they really, really needed to, it wasn't the best road trip. We still have guys out, and really you're looking at that pre-All-Star break dog days. You know the dog days of August and the dog days of summer, but really in baseball, before the All-Star game, you got guys looking ahead. By the way, mash that heart button. Tell me how much how proud are you guys of our All-Stars, Walker Buehler, Ryu, Clayton Kershaw. He gets his 8th-time All-Star nod, which is huge. But back to you guys. Here we go. Rebecca Trevino, this is your year, Hart. I agree with you. I think the Dodgers really, really going to get it done this year. But we got Robert, you think so. Richard Cotter, Dodgers win, win, win. Chris Joseph, Daniel. We got Claire, 2904, checking in from Montreal, Canada. All right, Montreal, Canada. Get ready. You might get the Rays. You might have a baseball team pretty soon. We got Michael Belton. Cheers. What up, Michael? Cheers back to you. Andres Contreras. Hello from Colorado Springs. Hey, that plays there today. By the way, how many times are they going to play that song? I know it's by the outfield, but I heard that like a bunch of times this weekend. But we got Kevin Britt from the 74745. Richard Cotter, you're welcome. Martha Cotter, good job. We got Jamie Collier, Indianapolis, Indiana. We got Chet Kroll. We got Rochester, New York. Donald Blanford from Louisiana, Kentucky. Virginia, South Lake Tahoe in the house. Mike Munoz from San Bernardino. But let's break down this game a little bit. The Dodgers today, like I said, this has not been the best road trip for your Los Angeles Dodgers, but here's some things that are still in play. They had a bad road trip, really, by the Dodgers standards, but as of right now, still they have the best record in Major League Baseball. 57-29 after today, a 12-game lead on the Colorado Rockies, who have to play the Astros. Astros have been struggling. That's going to be a tough opponent. So the Rockies, they could go into the break with a 15-game deficit to the Dodgers. So you got to think about that. And really, this was an opportunity for the Rockies, the Dodgers have streaked so hard against that Rockies team. They were riding 11-game win streak, 12-game win streak before dropping that game the other night, and they had a chance to really show that they're legit and that they're serious about contending in the NL West. Instead, they get the split, and really, to me, that's as good as a series win if I'm the Dodgers. With all things considered, you're breaking in new guys. Now you got that Jock Peterson experiment. That's in the books. Hopefully, we've seen the end of that. And then the Dodgers, give them credit. Today, they get the win, and they improve their record to 57-29, 5.5-game lead on the Braves for the best record in the National League. And like Oral Hershiser pointed out, you know you're a great team. You know you're a team that has their sights set on the big prize when you are paying attention to the American League, to when you're looking at the Yankees and the Red Sox scores, because the Dodgers, that is their competition. But really, these Rockies, you had your opportunity, and you didn't get it done. This was your shot to make any kind of run against the Dodgers. Yes, back in 1991, the Dodgers, they had a 9-game lead against the Atlanta Braves. The Braves came all the way back in 1991. I don't want to see that happen again. I don't want to see a meltdown happen like 2017 where they dropped 16 of 17. But really, they had a chance to make a statement. The Rockies were unable to, and the Dodgers really get that split. And to me, it's like the Sandlot. They're not even good to lick the dirt off our cleats. You know what I mean? They think we're their rival. They think they're on our heels. But really, the Rockies, they have a lot of work to do before you want to contend with the Los Angeles Dodgers. But we got Mike Munoz. What up, Mike? We got a regular. Shout out to Mike Munoz from San Bernardino, California. Leah Schertzman, Santa Clarita or Canyon Country. Santa Clarita always gives me good vibes. Makes me think of Magic Mountain. Sean Studdard, what up? We got Nefarious, Rich Hill, and Corey Seager need to return ASAP. I agree with you on that, and I would also add A.J. Pollock. He's already taken BP. Corey Seager, he's already running. You see Corey Seager getting close, and they're going to be back right after the All-Star break. Rich Hill, though, that's going to be a little longer. Rich Hill won't be back till August at the earliest. Probably later than that. So I agree with you, though. We do need our guys back, and that's another thing. They were able to salvage this split, and heading into tonight, they've lost 4 of 6 in this road trip, and you go into Colorado, and it's a circus. It's the NBA All-Star game, only if they played on 5-foot rims with like 30 feet wide rims. I mean, that place is ridiculous. You don't experience it until you really watch it and you see it firsthand when your team's playing there. And I don't know if they need to recalibrate those humidifiers or what they have to do, but the Dodgers, they were able to get that split from a team that was very hot. But here we go. We got Greg, Chadville, Porterville, happy. What up, Greg? We got Rob, East LA. We got Sandra Crockett from Los Angeles, California. Donna Crizzo. Come on, Dodgers. You can get this one. You did it. You did get it. Yay. Thank you, my boys in blue. 92848. Sean Studdard, what up? We got Jamie Caller from the 46203. I'm not really great with the zip codes. I mean, I like them, though. I know a couple of them. But if you want to give me your area codes or your city, I'm cool with that, too. I'll shout you out. We got IHTD Muller. Hello from Mexico City. Mexico City, and that's the country where Julio Urias is from. And Julio Urias, 48 pitches tonight, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. I mean, Julio Urias is showing why we know he has ace potential. And the thing I love about Urias is you saw that gas. That gas is effortless, 97, 98, and he can miss bats. And that's one thing I think the Dodgers starting rotation has to have is a guy that can miss bats. I mean, when the command is there with Ryu and Maeda, and by the way, credit to Maeda, he looked like he was not very happy about getting yanked when he did. And really, he was getting up there, 94, 95. I don't know if these guns are juiced, but the velocity is so there for Julio Urias, and I just love it. Straight as an arrow. He's got that curveball. I mean, this guy just has all the stuff you want to see in an ace pitcher. And really, I mean, the question is, are they Strasburging him too much? Are they limiting his innings too much? And should he be a starter come playoff time? Me personally, I mean, it's just so enticing. The potential is just so there to be that lights-out starter. You saw what he did in Milwaukee last year, and you saw what he's been about this year. I love what I'm seeing out of Julio Urias. But we got Danny Phantom 98 from Corona, California. We got Fabi from Jalpazak. We got Angie from Southern California. We got Donald from Louisville, Kentucky. Jessica Anthony, as always, from Boyle Heights. A skip and a hop away from Dodger Stadium. Nice. Dodger Stadium next week. You got a big week. Hyunjin Ryu bobblehead night. You got the fireworks show. I mean, you definitely should check that out. Bear also, Frank, how do you feel about the All-Star selections? Because I'm cool with them, but I do not like the omission of Max Muncy. Max Muncy, to me, he's the man of the month. I mean, on the offensive side. I told you I had Walker Buehler as the man of the month from the pitching side, but Max Muncy, this guy deserves to be in the All-Star game. Offensively, he has just crushed it all month long, and really, if you check this out, he leads all Dodgers in OPS at 1,020. He slashed 292, 413, and 607 this month. And really, he is just a player who I think got a little bit, didn't get the attention he deserved, but you never know. He could make it in as a reserve. 20 jacks for Max Muncy. I want to see Max Muncy right in that All-Star game. He got the wins that they have, that they're crushing it. They have 57 wins. So I really want to see Max Muncy in the All-Star game. Let me know how you guys feel about Max Muncy not getting the nod today. But Andreas Contreras, is Will Smith from San Francisco still in talks? From everything they've said is that Farhan Zaidi and Andrew Freeman, they are entertaining the idea of having a Will Smith trade and bringing in Will Smith. And one thing that you've heard also is that Farhan likes certain prospects in the Dodgers farm system, in the Dodgers pipeline, that Andrew Freeman isn't necessarily as hot on as Farhan Zaidi. So, it just comes down to, could you stomach trading away Can you imagine if you're the Giants? If you're the Giants, you trade away a guy who could get the Dodgers over the hump. He's not going to be everything for the Dodgers, right? The Dodgers, their offense has to produce, everything, all the parts have to produce. But can you imagine if they trade away Will Smith and let's say Kenley, let's say they bring him in and he gets the closing save and the Dodgers win a World Series at the hands of the San Francisco Giants. And then on the flip side, what if the Dodgers give them prospects that go on to have a lot of success for the Giants? But what you need to know about the Giants is their farm system is a dumpster fire. They're years away from contending, and the Dodgers can smell that commissioner's trophy right now. We have to end the drought. We got to end that. We got to end the drought. Like I said, go to DodgersNation.com. Get that T-shirt, Enough About 88, because that is the mentality. We don't want to add another year to that 32 years. By the way, go get this one. This is the Elysian Park one. I love the gray. You got to rock the gray. I rock it on the road games. Makes the blue hat pop. I'm telling you, these are the best Dodgers shirts in the game. Go get you one. Get your merch. Also, we're having a coupon code right now for the Dodgers. We're going to have 40% off. For 4th of July weekend. So stock up on that Dodger merchandise. And the Dodgers, again, a lot of questions about the bullpen this year. And that's the thing, too. The Dodgers need to stock up on bullpen help. You can never have enough milk. There's never enough milk for the cereal, never enough cannonballs for the cannon, and you can never have enough bullpen arms. The Dodgers need those arms. You mentioned Will Smith. I would love to bring in Will Smith, especially considering the fact that you got to wonder about his asking price because he's not under long-term control. Freeman likes guys that are going to walk at the end of the year potentially, so it makes a lot of sense. Only thing really is, but don't underestimate. Look, Ned Colletti, Brian Sabian, they made a deal for Sweeney, and that was the mentor-mentee relationship back then. We could see the same thing 12 years later with our boy Andrew Freeman, but he's got to make a move, and I just think, you got to give up. You got to give up some silver to get some gold, and the Dodgers have to be ready to part way with some of these prospects. My number one pick, this is the thing. I would be disappointed. Well, actually, let's get back to your thoughts, guys. Let's get back to you guys, my friends out here in Dodgers Nation. Again, if you have not checked in, I got to read off your city. You represent. Where are you watching the Dodgers Nation post-game shows? It's your show. I'm just hosting it, guys. We got Bug Patty from Chico, California. We got Stay Hungry, too, from Torrance. We got Raymond. I agree with Stoney. We got Daniel Figueroa. Julio Urias is the pitcher of the day. No runs allowed in 3 innings. Only Dodgers pitcher to allow no runs today. I'm with you. I am a massive Julio Urias fan, and I just love – they just showed him in the dugout after he was just lights out, and he's just chilling. This guy, he's got the mental makeup, the mindset, the poise to handle it in big situations. We saw it last year in Milwaukee. We saw what he was capable of in the postseason, and I just wonder what their goal and what their plan is with Urias, because it's just very, very exciting stuff to see with him. Yes, of course, you have the ongoing issue with the MLB investigation, but let's not worry about something we can't control, because at the end of the day, we are not privy to any of that information, and really that's just going to be a matter of whether or not they're gonna it's gonna be a factor. But at the end of the day, you got to just stick with them. You got to roll with them, because this dude is just mowing dudes down. He was the difference today. He goes in there, 3 innings pitched, 4 Ks, 1 walk, 48 pitches, and this kid he's got the great stuff. I just can't say enough about Julio Urias. I'm with you. Let's take a look at some of his numbers, though. The numbers back up his dominance. Since June 5th, Urias, he's limited opposing batters to .089. That's going to go down after today. 4 of 45 on the season, 2.66 ERA, and 3 saves in 18 games, and on 47 innings pitched. So they're keeping him fresh. He's got this. He's got starters, elite stuff. It's just a matter, do they want to unleash him and when they want to do it. And really, I think he's a guy that, yes, he's valuable as a guy that can provide that extended relief, and yes, that is a strong suit and a weapon that the Dodgers have. But I'm telling you, man, you got Walker and Urias as your lights out, missing bats type of pitcher, flamethrowers, guys with gas, guys with cheese. You mix that up with a Hyunjin Ryu, Clayton Kershaw, more about the location, the command, and you're giving different looks to some of these teams we're going to be facing in the postseason. Because look, the New York Yankees, they got all those right-handed batters that are going to want to tee off, and we need guys that can miss those bats. I would seriously consider giving Urias a starting job in the playoffs or whenever he's ready to roll. I think he's that phenomenal. But here we go. What are your thoughts on the Dodger pitcher All-Stars? I'm cool with it. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, he missed it last year, 7th. He had a streak of 7 straight All-Stars. This year, he gets the nod, his 8th All-Star. Look, you get the Willie Mays treatment. You make it on reputation. Also, Kershaw, he's evolved this year, and he showed us that even the other night, Kershaw was, really the defense let Kershaw down the other night because going into Coors, he really had some good stuff, and he's a guy that he knows how to mix in that slider, and you just got to trust that competitive fire with Clayton Kershaw. And then Hyunjin Ryu, what do you want to say about Hyunjin Ryu? And then Walker Buehler, really, I told you guys, all you friends watching the show, you know that I told you Walker Buehler, he was going to be my man of the month in June, and Walker Buehler has been nothing but sensational. So you got to love what you're seeing with Walker Buehler in the month of June. I mean, this guy was a rock star, and he had a 23 strikeout to walk ratio, led all of the majors, all of Major League Baseball, a .76 whip, ranked only second to Max Scherzer. So he's in great company there, and Walker Buehler, he is that dominant force. Yes, he had a little bit of an off outing the other night, but he is that guy for this Dodger team. The rotation just lights up with him. But here we go. Let's get back to you guys. We got Andreas Contreras. That's old news on Urias. Let the kid play. I'm with you, Andreas. You gotta consider that too. We got Ronnie Chavez. Edwin Rios looked pretty nice. Edwin Rios did look nice. That swing, nice, effortless swing. He had a walk late in the game, and really, that's a great way to start off your career. You start off your career with a triple, and I like what you've seen with Edwin Rios. And he's another bat, you never know. Were they bringing up Edwin Rios, build up that trade profile? The Dodgers have things in the works, and to me, it's no surprise that they were working. They're breaking in a lot of young guys in this week, seeing what they have out of them. We know what we have with Will Smith, and moving forward, it's very good. But here we go. We got Stay Hungry. Do you think we should bring in Marshall Kozlowski from AA? I don't really trust Garcia. I mean, I think we got. I really don't think we should go that route. Really, I think that if you want to bring up guys, I mean, look, Caleb Ferguson already got optioned down. We saw they took another flyer on Ross Cup. You gotta, at some point you gotta go outside of what you have, and you gotta bring in exterior parts because really, Dustin May's a guy. I mean, he's only 21. I think that Dustin May has the lights up stuff, and really, I would not discount the fact, but really, I think it's going to be more of a Dodgers bringing in guys and having the depth, and if they are able to bring up some guys late and get those call ups, that they could have it. But we got Will Smith or Barnes. I mean, Barnes. Look, at the end of the day, Austin Barnes, we've given him 3 years. We've given him this whole year really to prove he had it, and he's just really, really struggled. I mean, since May 1st, his OPS 629, and he's just struggling. And I really think that the Dodgers, they can't have any automatic outs in the last third of that lineup. You saw Kenta Maeda today. Kenta Maeda, he's in almost 300 now, and he's a guy that I would rather see right now than at the plate than Austin Barnes. And what does that tell you? I mean, this guy, the bat is glued on his shoulders. He's always looking for walks. He's looking for walks more than my dog right here. And he's a guy that really, to be an elite catcher, it was just a matter of whether or not he could hit or not, and he's showing that he can hit. So, and if you saw, too, the other day that when Will Smith, before he got sent down, yes, he struck out 3 times, but he also took 20 pitches. So he's a guy that also is he's also a guy that is showing discipline at the plate. So I'm all for that. I think you need to get some power down there. I mean, if you look what Grandal has been able to do with Milwaukee, we're going to miss the power on that side of the plate at some point, and Austin Barnes just doesn't provide that. Unfortunately, he's really a perfect backup, and or some guy you could use in a trade if you want to go the Felipe Vasquez route. So if you want to go for Vasquez, who's really my number one target, I wouldn't be so opposed to letting Ruiz go, knowing we have Will Smith, and then start to rebuild that farm system in 2020. You never want to let your number one prospect go, but he's a guy, he's under contract. He's got a nice contract that's very team friendly, and also he's also a guy that could be the closer once Kenley is gone. Kenley Jansen has pitched a lot of games. He's pitched a lot of innings, a lot of high leverage innings, and I think that Vasquez is a guy that could stay on long term. But with the bullpen, with pitchers going year to year like that, you really never know. But I think he's a guy that I would consider moving, especially when you got Russell Martin, who he had another hit. He had a couple hits today. He broke that 0 for 16 slump. And also, he had that pitching. You saw him pitching at 2 perfect innings this year for Russell Martin. But here we go. We got Richie Salmon. We just need to stay healthy. That's the key. I agree with that. Health is a big thing. I mean, that's the thing that you really can't gauge is how are they going to stay healthy? Will they stay healthy? And that's what you really need. You need guys that are going to be in the lineup, because we lost Corey Seager when Corey Seager was playing his best baseball. And Corey Seager, he's a guy that you want to see stay in there, especially when he was so hot. Before he went down, Corey Seager, his OPS was 1.140. So he was crushing during the month, and that's where you got to give Chris Taylor all the credit in the world, because Chris Taylor has really been doing his thing. I mean, I did not see this coming with Chris Taylor, but mechanically, he's shortening up his swing. I mean, as much as that swing can be shortened up, and you got to give him all the credit in the world, because he is absolutely lighting it up, Chris Taylor CT3. So if I'm Chris Taylor, as the great John Wooden said, be at your best when your best is needed. We needed him to be his best, and he has been just that. In the month of June, he's hitting .315, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs, 951 OPS, a 144 plus WRC plus, and then he's really solidified himself as a top 20 to 30 hitter in all of the National League, and you just got to give him all the credit in the world. He figured it all out, because before the Seager injury, he was really starting to feel it, and he was feeling it bad. Chris Taylor, his batting average had dropped all the way down to 218. He was slashing 218, 283, and 391, and since that Seager injury, guys, he's hitting 420. He's slashing 426, 476, 741, 8 doubles, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs, 10 runs, 2 steals in 63 plate appearances. And also, the most important thing is the Dodgers are now 12-5 since Corey Seager has been out and Chris Taylor has stepped up. So show Chris Taylor some love in these comments, because he has really been the man for the Dodgers in Corey Seager's absence. But here we go. We got Ernie Vasquez. Still don't trust Roberts. That's the thing. You saw today. Look, I'm a big defender of Dave Roberts, and really it comes down to the success that we've had in the last 3 years versus everything leading up to Dave Roberts. But today was another example. Kenta Maeda was really pitching a nice game. It was 4 1/3. And then it just feels like there's this switch. There's this switch for Dave Roberts, and he says, "Look, hey," he sees they play the numbers game, and it burned him. It burned him because Ross comes in, and he just didn't deliver. He does not deliver, and that was that. He really needed to do a better job there. I would have rather seen them bring in Urias. If you're going to use Urias, I'd rather just bring in Urias in that situation and let him dominate, and then probably the Dodgers have a more comfortable game tonight. But Maeda, 4 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and he really had it going. He had the velocity, he had the changeup working, and he also had a nice base hit. But here we go. We got Bob. Good game, and did without 3, 4, and 5. No need to pull Maeda, who pitched better than the last 3 starters, but benefited from the error the error-free defense. Great point, Bob. You're right on the money with that one. Yes, we're missing our 3, 4, and 5. We're also missing David Freese. Get better Freese. And Kenta Maeda, he came through tonight. He had a better weekend there than Walker Buehler, better weekend there than Hyunjin Ryu and Clayton Kershaw. Well, I would say probably not better than Kershaw, but tonight, yeah, he had it going, and give that man some credit. And they pulled him probably just a little too early. You saw the offense really bailed Dave Roberts out once again. But yeah, I'm with you. But here we go. Lucio, can we trade Barnes for a bag of salted peanuts? For a bag of salted peanuts, I think he's worth a little more. Hey, look, I've been hard on Austin Barnes, but look, he's worth more than a bag of salted peanuts, at least 5 or 6 bags. I mean, just a single. No, I'm just kidding. But Austin Barnes, we all love Austin Barnes, and they're really putting him in a position where I don't want to say putting him in a position to fail, but they're really putting him in a tough spot when they know his limitations offensively. The best version of Austin Barnes is not going to give you doubles, is not going to slug for you, and then also you saw his arm is below average and his frame rate is overrated. So he's overblown his framing ability, and that's even slipped throughout the last couple days. But we got Ronnie Chavez, 505, Albuquerque, New Mexico, original LA Dodgers, AAA from Santa Barbara. What's up, Ronnie? We got Jerry Godechow. Why do we keep Joe Kelly? Why not send him down? I mean, with Joe Kelly, the Joe Kelly situation, the Joe Kelly saga, just, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back sometimes with Joe Kelly, who really, I don't know if you guys saw how that game was ruled. If you saw that, he was not a fan of the official score. Joe Kelly was like, I'm not a believer in me giving up 5 hits. It is Colorado, and we are in Denver. Who knows? That guy up there could be effing high. So, Joe Kelly, come on. You're doing that. You're really calling out your teammates in a sense, and I really wasn't a big fan of that. Yes, that first hit, was probably a throwing error by Chris Taylor, but come on. I don't really love that. But look, Joe Kelly, if you do want to phantom IL him, the Dodgers know how that they can do that. They know how to execute that. But I'm with you. But we got Dino's 5150 from Bakersfield, California. What up, Dino's from Bakersfield, California? We got Strange 273051514. Who's going to be traded? Really, it just depends. It really depends on, are the Dodgers going to unload more of their stockpiled talent? They have an embarrassment of riches, and they have a very robust farm system. It's just, who is the untouchable guys? Who are the guys they're willing to part ways with? And really, it just kind of depends on what they're feeling and if they can get something. Maybe they feel like Ross Stripling doesn't have a role for this team, and maybe they feel they can do it. But, guys, check it out. So we're going to break in a new segment here for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. So we got the top 5 plays of the week. I want to get your take. I want to know what you guys think about the Dodgers. These are my top 5 plays of the week. Check this out. And then you guys can tell me right after this. Stick with us and tell me what your favorite top 5 plays of the week are for your Los Angeles Dodgers. So check this out. New segment alert. Top 5 plays for the Dodgers for this road trip. But Dodgers get the win today. Beat the Rockies 10-5. But here we go, guys. Check this out.
On this 0-1. Hits one in the air to center field that sends Blackmon back to the edge of the warning track. At the wall, it's off them and gone. It bounces off David Dahl and out of the park for the 27th of the season for David Dahl.
David Dahl was leaping for it. Over the wall for a home run. A lot of room to move in. 415 to straightaway center. Dahl was tracking it. It kept going back and back. He made the leap. He went up. It was off the glove. And
lifted down the line. This game is tied on a Turner home run. Hit him with the fastball on the elbow. Turner says this time he picks on the first pitch slider, gets underneath it, launches it out of here. just never know. It's just never over here. His 20th, and it's 10-8. Wow. His third home run in 7 at-bats in this series runs the most emphatic.
And the Dodgers now lead it.
All right, guys, and we're back. So, yeah, it was a little choppy. All right, we'll work on that. We'll make sure we get it in 4K, but those are the top 5 plays. How you guys? I really love that Max Muncy bomb. That was a straight-up blast, 465 from that bat, and it's just crazy. I'm telling you, that is crazy what's going on in Colorado. I mean, dude, just tonight, 93 total runs, San Diego and Colorado last week. Today, the Dodgers were 30 runs shy of that. So, no chop on the iPhone. We got Randy Belly Bomb. We got Paulette. Paulette from New York loves the Dodgers. All right, cool. Got a little feedback on the vid. That's what's up. Well, next week we're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring it with some stuff for the vid. But here we go. So, yeah, tonight's game, getting back into it. Tonight's game, really, it's crazy to think that it was a really close game. I mean, when you look at it, tonight, the offense didn't really start exploding till later in the game. But first inning, Matt Beatty, he gets that double. He had been, 2 of 18 before tonight, and Matt Beatty, he came through tonight. Matt Beatty, that dude hits the ball hard. That guy hits rock shot, he hits shots right off the bat. And tonight, Matt Beatty gets 2 hits. Jock Peterson, 3 hits tonight. Gotta love that. Lucio, here we go. Call me crazy, Doug, but I still think this Dodger team hasn't peaked, hasn't hit its peak yet. I'm with you right there. We got Jerry, Max Muncy, not a flash in the pan. Exactly. Max Muncy is a guy, I really hope he finds his way playing in that all-star game. I think he's a guy that this is a lifestyle for him. He's a player. You saw that play. He's doing the Air Jordan. He's doing the jump man sign, making that snag at second. And I'm with you. But, Lucio, I'm with you. This team hasn't peaked because we haven't seen this team with all of its parts gelling at the same time. We haven't seen what A.J. Pollock can do from that side of the plate, whether or not he can provide that power. And we haven't seen Corey Seager with all of us together. So I'm with you. You don't want to peak right now. You don't want to peak in July, in June. You don't want to peak right now. You want to peak in October. And the Dodgers, they are pacing themselves to get there. And I'm with you. But we got Fan, DD, Forever, True. We got Thomas, Kiki, pinch hit home run. Yeah, Kike's pinch hit home run. You got to give him credit because Kike Hernandez, he's another guy who's really, if you want to talk about weak links, he's a guy that really needs to step up. We know that he came into this year hoping to get an everyday player role, but you just wonder, he's really perfect for that bench role. Kike Hernandez, since May 1st, OPS 594, 56 WRC plus since May 1st. So Kike Hernandez, I love the power he provides at times, but the blueprint to get him out. The blueprint is he's going to chase low and away. Look at today. It was a 3-0 count. He chases low and away. He grounds out into a double play. So Kike Hernandez is a guy, it almost seems like he's going to anticipate that fastball, and he's going to give it a go no matter what, and you don't want to see that. And really, Kike Hernandez, he should look at Chris Taylor because Chris Taylor is a guy who totally had his issues, and he turned it around, and he's another guy who has an aggressive swing from that side of the plate. So really, when this Dodger team gets in trouble, Jock Peterson when he starts slumping, Chris Taylor when he starts slumping, it's when they start chasing pitches outside of the zone, and it's when they're really not being disciplined at the plate because the team has really improved with getting the ball in play, runners in scoring position, and you see that with all the players that are killing it this year, and it's really the same situation. You got to do that if you want to just maintain because you can't swing at stuff outside of the zone. It's a recipe for disaster. Kike really needs to learn that, but I'm with you, though. Dino's 51-50. Oakland screwed up letting Mad Max go. Yep, hey, the A's really did screw up. They let him go. We took him just like we took Chris Taylor from the Mariners for Zach Lee. We got it done, and that's more of a credit to our scouting department, to the front office for identifying these guys that we can take in and really maximize their skills and use the Dodgers coaching, the Dodgers development staff to turning them into really good players. And that's why, and also give credit to Max Muncy. He's a guy who has really, it was sink or swim. He's going to be in the Major League Baseball, and really he's going to figure it out, and he did figure it out, and he's a guy that he's just been a great player. We read his numbers off earlier. He's really, really good. We got Randall Etheridge. What up, Randall? CT3 was slumping earlier, but is crushing it now. Yes, he is crushing it now, and you just hope that this isn't this is sustainable, that he's here to stay, that this is not something that's going to go away, that this is the Chris Taylor that we saw had a really solid year in 2017. Because Chris Taylor, it's about putting that ball in play. It's about avoiding those droughts. It's about mechanically not executing such a big swing in situations that call for him to really just put the ball in play, because it's really, I mean, he swings that Excalibur sword. It's just such a violent swing, and when it has no aim to it, when he's swinging too big, it really puts him in a bad spot. But I love what you're saying there. He's crushing it now, and we're going to see him keep that up. Ronnie Chavez, Kemp would always chase that slider away. Look, some players, everyone has their weaknesses, right? My weaknesses is donuts. If I see a donut, I'm going to be eating it, and I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's low and away. They can't get over that. And unfortunately, for Kike, he just gets baited into it. But Fan, DD Forever, poor Barnes can't get his 2017 swag back. You know, Austin Barnes, 2017, that was, you know, even back then, I still think that the Dodgers really have to take a look at the potential and the net benefits of what they can get with Will Smith as far as slugging goes. And you have to really start, I know it sounds crazy, but you really got to start looking ahead, and you got to start looking at that lineup, because even in 2017 when he hit 289, you know, he was slugging 486. He was slugging 46, hit 8 home runs. So he hit 8 home runs and only had 15 doubles. So even in his best self, when he's really doing his thing and getting on base, and he's trying to get bases by walking, it's still not a slugging way. He's still not slugging in that situation. So I really like what I see out of Will Smith. I think he's a guy, you can tell they have plans for him. They don't want to lose out on what he can bring to the table. But here we go. We got Margie Bravo, love the Dodgers. We got Claire, but where is the spot for CT when everyone is back? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, you don't want to say that Jock is the odd man out, or that he's just a career platoon guy. But really, it's going to come down to, look, this is good for the Dodgers. Competition is good for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yes, there's guys. To me, Alex Verdugo is a guy who he has earned his role. He's a tentpole, everyday player. You put that in stone. He's a guy that you roll with from here on out. And he's a guy also, I think he's our best outfielder. I know Cody Bellinger, from defensive run save standpoint, he's got that arm. But look, Cody Bellinger is a guy that they're going to move at first, take a little stress off his legs. And Verdugo is a guy who, I know they signed Pollock to play center, but to me, Verdugo is that guy that you keep there. I mean, Alex Verdugo was just an absolute stud. Again, last 17 for Alex Verdugo, 352, 5 home runs, 8 RBIs, only 4 strikeouts in 70 at-bats. So that was a special trip for him. And really, right when he was starting to feel that slump, you're wondering, is that rookie wall gonna be slammed into by Verdugo? And just when that rookie wall is about to hit, he starts to turn around, and then he's really proven that he's that everyday starter. So I don't think you mess with that. Chris Taylor is a guy, though, he's got great defense, he's got speed, and you just can't not have a guy that is raking the way he's raking not in the game. So it's a good problem to have here at the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's a problem that the rest of Major League Baseball would love to have, and they're going to have to figure it out. You don't know what we're going to get from A.J. Pollock at this point, and you don't know what we're going to get from – but there are ways. You know, you could – Muncy at second isn't the worst option. Bellinger at first. You can have an outfield with Jock, Verdugo, and CT3. I mean, there's other options here, and then David Freese gets in his spots. David Freese, I think we keep him – I don't want to say we keep him on ice, but we really need to manage that because that tendonitis is real, and you don't want to burn him out because we know when we're going to need David Freese, and that's going to be in the postseason. But Strange, 27-3-0-1-5-14. Jock getting traded. I wouldn't want to trade Jock. I mean, I'm glad that first base experiment is over with. I know he said he was excited to play it, but give him credit. Today, Jock Peterson, he had a really good game today, 3 of 5 for Jock Peterson, and he really did his thing today. So you got to give him his credit. He was really in there, and he got had a much needed game. And really, you saw too some of his hits. He's just going with the pitch, hitting line drives right into to left field. But don't underestimate. He's a guy you remember. I mean, come on. Last World Series. He's a guy who hits home runs in the Fall Classic. He can turn on you. He will turn on you with that left-handed power stroke, that left-handed swing. So I'm not mad at Jock Peterson right now. But we got Claire 294. Thanks for the answer. Options are good, but so is momentum. I'm with you. Options are good, so is momentum. I mentioned earlier in the I like it. Fan forever baseball. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. By the way, don't forget, guys, go to DodgersNation.com for all the greatest Dodgers content. Listen to the Blue Heaven podcast every Thursday. They had Ross Stripling on. If you haven't listened to that yet, you better go back and give that a listen. But greatest Dodger content, all the greats, AJ Gonzalez, Daniel Preciado. I really liked Jason McClure wrote a great column about his grades and how he graded every position group going into the All-Star break. I definitely suggest reading that, especially if you're interested about this bullpen. But who would you guys say? Who would be your top bullpen candidate if you could have anyone? Mine, I really think that I would still go with Hand. I think he's got the option next year. I would still roll with Hand. Then it's enticing between Will Smith and Vasquez. Because, yes, Vasquez, bullpen year to year, you don't know what you're going to get. Just look at Shane Green. The year before this, he was terrible. This year, he's one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball. And I think that you don't necessarily want to lock yourself down, even though he's young, even though he has shown he has great stuff. I really think that I would take Hand first, and then I think that I would roll with Will Smith just because I think it would be so sweet to raise that Commissioner's Trophy, knowing that the Giants capped it off and helped get us our first World Series win in 32 years. But here we go. We got Ferona, Fanora. We got baseball. Got it. Thanks. What up, Fanora? Checking us out from Periscope. Love the Periscope users, man. Different breed. That's what I'm talking about. Strange. FYI, love Jock, but his value is high. Look, there's always guys that are going to want that, but I really don't think – I think they know that from a slugging standpoint that Jock is so valuable at the way he's hit he's hit every single one of his home runs off of righties, and you're going to face that. So you got to roll with him. I don't think that I'm going to sell Jock Peterson. He's a guy who's liked in the locker room. You don't want to give that up. So, but we got Daniel Corona. Trade everybody at the playoffs. I guarantee they are going to lose. Remember that. Daniel Corona, why are you trying to break my heart here and look into the future and say that the Dodgers are going to go into the playoffs? To me, I disagree with you. I feel like this is a different Dodgers team. This is a different team as far as their focus level, their consistency at the plate, and I also think you have Walker Buehler coming into his own, Ryu having a career year, and I think that Corey Seager being healthy, he's phenomenal. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think the Dodgers really they are primed and ready to win it this year. The Yankees Dodgers, they've met 11 times in the World Series, all between 1941 and 1981. I really feel like you're going to see Dodgers-Yankees again, and I'd be confident, especially with home field advantage. I think they can get it done just like they did in 1981. So I would really love to see that. But here we go. We got Strange. Corona is an Angel fan. By the way, Corona, who do you rep? What's your team? Are you a disgruntled Dodger fan, or are you or what's the deal here? Are you trolling? You can troll. I'm cool with the trolls. Troll all day, baby. But just curious. We got Charles Hamill. Brad Hand would be my number 1 target, and Smith number 2. I'm with you, Charles. That would be my list too. And then I would round that out with Vasquez, Doolittle. Then I think you're starting to look at guys like in the superstar-ish category, guys like Giles, guys like Green, other guys that can help you out there. Juice Narrows, the way our bullpen is going, we need 2 relievers from this group. Exactly. That would really be a dream scenario. Like I said, there's never enough milk for the cereal, right? And you know that you can never have enough arms. And we've learned last couple years, even in 2017 when Kenley Jansen was at his absolute peak, he had 1 blown save the entire year. We saw what happened in Game 2 of the 27 World Series. So really, I think one thing the Dodgers have to do, they really need to be honest with themselves as far as their own personnel is concerned and as far as what they think they can get out of their own bullpen. So Kenley Jansen, I love Jansen. Trust me, he's going to be an all-time great Dodger. He's going to be a part of the Dodgers lore for the rest of his life. And along with guys like, Eric Gagne, who is now actually the second best Canadian Dodgers relief pitcher of all time behind Russell Martin. So that's the thing. But anyways, I really think that you really need to do that. Give another guy that can not just bridge to Kenley, but can also close with Kenley. I'd love to see a 2-headed monster. And really, I'm starting to get the feeling that that is what it's going to take, because this bullpen, and then you build depth from building that starting pitching. Then you can consider bringing guys like Kenta Maeda. Or bringing guys, even maybe a Rich Hill if they decide to go with Julio Urias. You never know what they're going to do, but they do have a surplus of talent that they can unload. And like I said, the bright spots, think of the positives, guys. Look, we knew we were going to have a good year, but we started 8-8, okay? Now we have the best record in Major League Baseball, 57 wins, and we're 12 games ahead of the Colorado Rockies. And really, there is no threats in this division. The Dodgers are going to win their 7th straight NL West, and we have the rest of the season to fine-tune this, get guys healthy. Now, look, last year, to me, it was a miracle that the Dodgers were able to get to the World Series, but they had to scratch, they had to claw, they had to win a game 163 against this same Rocky team. Now we can manage this. Now we can get guys fresh. Now we can test some things out, and when we get there, we're going to be better equipped to take on these AL juggernauts. So, look, I'm excited. I enjoy the day in and day out grind of the baseball season. It's hard not to look ahead, but enjoy the season as it comes, because you get these moments. You get the walk-off weekend like last weekend. Let's embrace this season. We're going to cross that bridge when we get there, trust me. But we got Charles Hamill. This year is different than 27 and 2018. If the bullpen situation gets fixed, we're winning it this year. Remember this. That's what I'm talking about. Charles Hamill coming back with the smoke, calling his shot. I'm with you, my boy. Charles. I'm with you. There's so many signs that tell you that the Dodgers are real contenders this year, and that we're not just going to be content with coming out of the NL with another pennant. Remember, no team has won 3 straight pennants since the Cardinals dating back to the 40s, but no team has lost 3 straight World Series since the early teens with the Giants, okay? And we know we are not going to be the Giants. So if we get there, trust me on this, trust Charles on this, we're going to finish that job. The Dodgers, they're going to get it done. I'm with you. I can feel it. We got Strange. Kalisa, front office is making that call. Ronnie, we are the Atlanta Braves of the 90s. Only exception, they got one in 1995. That's the thing. So we can be 2 things. We can either be the Buffalo Bills with the BILLLS, the 4 L's in the Super Bowl, or we can be the Atlanta Braves, which I'll take any day of the week. I don't care, man. Look, I'm not trying to get greedy. Maybe if I get one, I'll get greedy. I just want one, okay? In my entire life, the Dodgers have never won a World Series, and I want to see what that feels like. I know you guys want to see what that feels like. I know all of Dodgers Nation wants to experience that too. So that's the thing. I'm with you on that. And I think that once they get that done, the sky is the limit. Once you know you can get one, once you got that championship feeling, then you start to snowball. Then you get greedy. Then you want to get more, like the Golden State Warriors. That's how dynasties start. And that's the thing. This is a team. If you look at their core, you got guys like Cody Bellinger. By the way, how do you guys feel about Cody Bellinger participating in the home run derby? Do you guys want to see Cody Bellinger participating in the home run derby? Let me know what you guys think about that. I personally think it's a couple things. There's two ways to think about it. One way you could say to yourself, look, Cody Bellinger, we saw you rocking BMW commercials. Your brand is emerging. You're going to win MVP. You could cap that off by winning a home run derby and going against Christian Yelich. So Yelich is going to be in it, and we know the talk has been about Yelich. It's almost like the LeBron Kobe of the National League. Yelich versus Cody Bellinger, and Cody Bellinger could come and silence the haters, silence the critics, and show that he's the home run king. But then you got guys saying that messes up your swing. Yes, it happened to Abreu in the 90s. It hurt his second half, but what did it do for Aaron Judge? He would go on to hit 52 home runs and have the most home runs as a rookie. Mark McGwire would go on to hit 70 jacks. And then Bryce Harper, heading into the All-Star break, he was hitting 215. After that home run performance last year, he hit about over 300. So that's actually a myth. But really, I have no issues with Cody Bellinger not doing it for a couple reasons. One, the Dodger Stadium has the game next year. All-Star game is going to be at Dodger Stadium, so that will be his really coming out party. He's going to be playing host. He knows that that's going to be his time to win that home run derby championship and all that cool stuff. And then also, I think that it means he's focused. It means he is focused and locked in on this championship run. So I'd be all about that. It means he's locked in, and maybe he's a little burned out, guys. I mean, Cody Bellinger has carried this team for the first part of this season when he went on a tear. He's still leading the league in batting average. He's still doing tremendous stuff, but the fact they're moving him to first lets you know that workload is a little intense, and that I have no issue with him not playing for that, for not competing in that home run derby. But here we go. We got Barbara and Ross Lama. Shout out from Modesto, Dodger Love. What up from Modesto? We got Juice Neros. Our weakest point in the World Series, the 2 years were clutch hitting and the bullpen. Seems this team is clutch with runners in scoring position, but we need to shore up this bullpen, and then we'll be set in the World Series. I'm with you, Juice. I mean, really, you got to look at that. Last year, the Dodgers, they had issues. I mean, they're hitting just above 200 in both these World Series. And yes, the offense in 2017, they were going toe-to-toe in certain games with the Astros. But last year, they just couldn't catch up to elite pitching. And you got guys, Dozier was a bust, okay? You got guys that had their issues, but I'm with you. That will be the telltale, and that's another reason why I feel really great about Alex Verdugo. Alex Verdugo's K rate is very low, 4 strikeouts in his last 17 games, and he's a guy I want to see on that World Series stage like Walker Buehler last year in Game 3. You give him that stage, and he's a guy who can put the bat on the ball, and you also got guys improving. Cody Bellinger's improved. And then we'll see what A.J. Pollock, I kind of want to see his strikeout rate has really dipped in the last couple years. But here we go. We got Claire 2904. Ryu is starting the All-Star game. All right, give it up for Hyun-Jin Ryu, who's going to his bobblehead night. That makes me happy. Hyun-Jin Ryu, and really, he deserves it. He's probably going to win the Cy Young. He did get roughed up a little bit, had his worst outing of the year a couple days ago. But this guy has earned it. I mean, give Hyun-Jin Ryu all the credit in the world. But I'm going to take a couple more from you guys. Get your last questions, last thoughts on your boys in blue, and then we're going to close up shop. By the way, just a reminder, you guys can find us on DodgersNation.com. Check out all the content. Like I was saying, check out McClure's grades, all the great stuff from the real FRG, and all the greats at Dodgers Nation. Be sure to check out the Blue Heaven podcast on Thursday. And then also, we're going to be back Tuesday for another post-game show. Don't forget to get yourself some Dodgers Nation merchandise. Best Dodgers gear in the game. Go with the Road Gray. I rolled with it today. Makes the blue hat pop. Cop some fresh merch, guys. But we got PYKS watching from Camelback Ranch. Mike Cantillano needs Smith catching every day. Look, the sooner you bring him up, the sooner you give him a defined role, the sooner that really you make things happen and he starts to really work out whatever he needs to before that postseason stretch. But Jan McGarvey, way to go with a huge win today. Congratulations to Ryu, Kirsch, Walker, and Bellinger. You are going to the 2019 All-Star Game. Well deserved. I like that. It's like you're a host and you were announcing it right there. Shout out to you, McGarvey, Jan. We got Ronnie Chavez. Pete Alonso, I think, is the only guy I heard is in the home run derby. I heard Yelich is going to be competing in it, but I could be wrong. But Strange, 90s Braves were a great team. Good product on the field. We got Tommy. What up, Tommy? We got Mike Needsmith. We got Alaskan Bullworm. I think that we need to trade Jock or Kike before the deadline, in which Jock and Kike are both unreliable and could be traded for some bullpen pieces. I think really I would hold on to Jock. Jock provides that pop, and then Kike also provides that pop. Look, we did against the Cubs with that 3 home run game. Look what he's done just the other night with that 3-run homer with the kisses and the Kike. So he can still provide you that pop. I don't think he's an everyday player, but I do think that he's valuable on the bench. I like to see the Dodgers try to work out a trade, for some of their minor league prospects. And then if you have to consider guys like a Kike, like a Austin Barnes, like a Ross Stripling, I wouldn't even be opposed to even a Kenta Maeda, depending on who he would get, and then making Urias a starter. But here we go. We got Cybernetic Slayer. What up, Cybernetic Slayer? Where you been, bro? Buell Dog is an all-star. My boy Walker Buehler, I'm telling you, man, if you saw my preseason preview, I thought he's going to throw a no-hitter by now. I'm just going to tweet. I'm just going to predict every game he's going to pitch a no-hitter. One of these days I'm going to be right. If you weren't for these juice balls, you probably would have had one already. We got Mike Cantillano. How about Alex leading off? Look, if you look at his average, if you look at the way he puts the ball in play, he's a guy you want to keep at the top of that order, and he's still getting that. But leading off is something I think that you'll see them test, work with that. That's definitely something they're going to be entertaining when come playoff time, because he's really one of the most reliable hitters as far as not striking out, as far as putting the bat on the ball. I love Alex Verdugo. Love the chains. Love everything about Alex Verdugo, really. Love his attitude. He's the man. Barbara and Ross Lama. Not Kike. He is great. Comes through. Barbara, looks like you don't want to give up Kike, right? You want to hold on to Kike. That's cool. But, guys, we're going to actually wrap this one up. Thanks for hanging out here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Have a great rest of your Sunday. You can find me on Twitter. Head over to Twitter. Follow me at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. And be sure to check us out Tuesday right after the game for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We're going to be right back breaking down all the action, probably talking more trades, more bullpen stuff. Charles Hamill, one more question. Speaking on the possibility of another World Series, Ryu wasn't lights out like he has been. We didn't have Verdugo. Buehler has been through it. Now these could be the difference makers, so you naysayers need to look at the bigger picture. You can catch me at the championship parade. I love Charles. You're the hype man of the show, baby. I like that. I'm going to catch you at the championship parade, give you a toast, give you a cheers, pour some beer and champagne all over you, baby. But see you later, Strange. See you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Go Dodgers, and definitely check out DodgersNation.com. See you Tuesday.